welcome back to a brand new video. I just want to say thank you all so much for subscribing so far, liking videos, commenting. If you're not already subscribed, then please do subscribe. It means a lot. But yeah, so it's Friday today, and I've got quite a lot of stuff sort of whirring through my head, ideas wise, for online classes and things for my membership club. And do you ever sort of like, I'm the kind of person where if everything around me is quite, I don't know, chaotic, then I can't seem to like generate these ideas. I also apologise if you can hear a bit of noise in the background. I have got the window open because it's very, very warm. So yeah, I do apologise about that. So basically, I'm very, very lucky to have the second biggest bedroom as my sewing room. I used to be, when we first moved into this house, in the smallest bedroom. So just before I've sort of come back to my business full time again, which if you sort of didn't know, I was working, you know, running my business full time before the pandemic. Left it obviously during the pandemic when things obviously were a bit tough for a lot of people. And I've just recently come back to it all. So as I was preparing to come back to it full time, I kind of made sure I'd got sort of things in place to kind of hit the ground running. So I like bought a new table, sort of did a general tidy up, but nothing kind of too in depth, because I've not got a lot of time to kind of get things sorted. So today what I'm thinking is, instead of sort of working around all the chaos, I'm going to have a good clear out, a good sort out of the sewing room. And I thought, oh, let's film it for a YouTube video, because I know I like watching these videos when I'm sort of struggling for inspiration on how to store things, and how to have my sewing room. I tend to look to YouTube and Pinterest for inspiration. So I thought, yeah, I'll share the journey with you. It'll probably be in a couple of parts, so this will be one part. And then obviously the final video will be the tour of the whole sewing room. So I don't know how many parts it will be organising it, but I'm just going to kind of take you through, yeah, organising it basically, getting rid of things that I probably don't need, and then normally what I do with things that I don't need, depending on what it is, over on my Facebook is where I tend to sell a lot of things when I'm sort of having a clear out. So if you're not following me on Facebook, it's MEB Design, so exactly the same name as this YouTube channel. So go follow me over there. So yeah, let's start tidying.
Okay, guys, so here's a general overview of how everything's looking at the moment. So that is the big window there. So sort of as you walk in, I have these, basically these were the IKEA Pax wardrobes. They were actually left in the house when we moved in, and we had them as our wardrobes for a while, but then as we've got new ones, I repurposed them, bought some more drawers from them, and I love them. This here needs removing, it's broken, the drawer. So again, these were from IKEA. They were only very cheap, to be fair, and I've had them a few years now. I've got my fabric stored on top of that, and then I've got my horn sewing table out at the moment, and on top of it I've got my Cricut machine, my embroidery machine, some books that I've had out, what else, and then this is the big wardrobe. Now this has got to go because you can see how much it's bowing, because there's just far too much weight being put on it. I don't think there's much. To be fair, we had to, Sam had to sort of screw it to the wall because it was very wobbly. But I've got all sorts of things on here, spare machines, my books are on here, which aren't really that accessible because obviously they're behind these machines. And then here I've got another IKEA table with my printer and my computer on. Pegboard behind that. I quite like that there, I feel like that's in a nice spot. And then I've got another IKEA wardrobe. Again, love it, just needs organising. As you can see, it's just full to busting basically. And then this is the main table. Oh, you can see Freddie's asleep on the floor, that's his spot there. This is the table that I got just before I came back to the business. It's a height adjustable one from IKEA. I'd got the ones on the trestle legs, But again, I just wanted something that was a fair bit decent, bigger, bit more sturdier. And in Sam's words, he thinks this is the sturdiest thing we've ever bought from IKEA, which is quite funny. So this is where I stand and do all my lives, all my sew-alongs. Obviously at the minute it's full. Things that I've been doing in lives last night, in the membership club, and some more fabric in the corner there, and then obviously back of the door there. So I think we should just get started. You can see I've been on Pinterest as well, looking for inspiration. So I'm going to start at the set of drawers, would you call them? The old wardrobe, don't really know. Start at the ones that's next to the computer and the desk. And I think the best thing to probably do is just empty a drawer at a time and just sort of go from there. And hopefully... Do you ever sort of like start something and then instantly regret starting it? So now I'm not even started and I'm thinking, because I know it's a big task. Well, it's probably not even that big of a task. I think I'm probably blowing it out of proportion, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, let's just crack on. So this drawer here, I've got some pom-pom makers that are all falling out of the box. So let's just pop these on the table. Just grab all the what else have I got? It's like I've got this craft kit for Easter. I don't know why I've got this. I'm trying to think. Oh, when I used to do kids classes, actually I did an Easter craft club for kids, and I think I got it for there. I'll donate that. That's one thing gone already. I've got a ton of these. I just feel like I'm probably never going to use these. I did a class for rag wreaths a couple of years ago, and I bought it, was cheaper to buy them in bulk, and I had a lot more than this. Again, that's probably going to have to be a sell thing. What's in here? Actually, I've not a clue what's in here. Oh, I do know what's in here now. So this was a punch needle embroidery kit that I bought to start punch needle embroidery. I do like that, but obviously it's not very best kept in there. So we are going to just put it back in there for now. I really don't know what I dropped on the floor. I think it was just this. So by the looks of this, a lot of things in this drawer is wool related. There's some more punch needle bits and pieces here. It's like I've got, again, how we're doing a class for it, I've got 3 of these. Why do I need 3 of them? Again, some stuff to sell. I've got some 4 of them. Anybody needs any punch needles? I'm your gal. Heading tape for curtains, which to be fair, I helped somebody make some curtains in a one-to-one. The lovely Janet, and bless her, when she'd done, she gave me what was left. So I could have a go at making some of my own curtains, because that's one thing I've not done in this house, is make my own curtains. A lot of people think when you sew that everything in your house has got to be handmade, and to be fair, it's having the time. So that's that. So yeah, I'm just going to basically keep going and hope for the best. So I've also found these little cross stitch kits, and I'm really torn what to do with them. I feel a bit emotional even looking at these. So these There were ones that my grandma had, ones that my grandma had obviously collected over the years. And I had them sort of with the intention of doing them. I don't know why they're all the same though. They're literally all the same. So again, I'm not really sure what to do with them because they're more sentimental, but it's like if you kept everything that was sentimental to you, you'd never have any room, would you? Same with that one there. See, that one, I'd be more impartial to keep that big one than all them little ones. Like I said, just I've not looked at these for years. Should have even got them like all thread organised. Just makes me really sad. Wait, let me know below like whether you're all sentimental about things. Like I said, a lot of stuff. Well, my grandma's things I've got. So I don't know what to do with them. They're the undecided pile. Yeah, let's carry on. This drawer's nearly empty. So I'm on to the next drawer now. Basically, I've just completely emptied that and I've got stuff sort of behind me on the big table. Because I want to kind of empty a couple of drawers and sort of do it like that. I don't want to kind of empty it all as such. So I'm just going to kind of empty a couple and then see how I get on. So this particular drawer is mainly filled with sort of patterns and templates, dies, that kind of thing for like die cutting. So let me get rid of any like unnecessary packaging I seem to keep. It's like I've kept scraps of paper, like, no, Emily. Just bin it. This is a sewing pattern. My proper sewing patterns are underneath. So that's what that is. Right, and then I've got mainly in here, like I said, so I've got like some Debbie Shaw templates that I've had a number of years, that and Crafters Companion ones. You'll notice there's a lot of Crafters Companion stuff in here. I'm on the design team for anybody that didn't know. So yeah, I'm very lucky that I get to sort of sent a lot of stuff, but they are things that I use. So, like for example, I've got some applique dies, numbers and letters. That's just a note they gave me. So that's like one of the new storage templates. These are really quite good. These really big plastic templates to make all these storage bits and bobs. Dies for makeup bags. Like I've just got a bear pattern in there that could do with organising a lot better than that. This draw's got very much out of hand. Oh, these are lovely little animal dies. Some patterns that I'd designed previously, just a basic tote bag. And I used to use these a lot in classes, so I ended up laminating them, but yeah, that's them. So again, I'm just going to empty this and see how we get on.
So this is the zip drawer. I use a lot of zips on a roll, but I'm going to have a good sort through these, bin the boxes if there's no need for me to keep the boxes, and any bits that are really, really, really tiny I'm going to throw away. So that's what I'm going to do now.
Taken out all the zips, took them out the boxes apart from these ones at the back, because these are invisible zips, so I wanted to be able to tell just by first look in the drawer that they would be invisible zips. Any that's enough to keep on the roll I've kept on the roll, kind of colour coordinated them, and then kept all the sort of zips that are kind of not as big enough to fit on the roll or that were already in the basket are still in the basket. So I'm quite pleased with how that drawer's turned out. So I'm actually going to leave the pattern drawer till last, just purely because I know that's all that's in it, and I'm going to empty these bottom two drawers, and then yeah, we're going to work from there. So these drawers here are filled with a mixture of things, like for example I've got beads, craft bits and pieces, and although I don't use these on a regular basis, things like that, I do help out in Girls Brigade once a week, and normally my job is doing the craft, so a lot of things like that is what I've accumulated for like that sort of thing when I've done kids craft clubs, so I've sort of kept them obviously for the use of that. I've got some bag making hardware in here that I'm going to take out, and I've got bag making hardware somewhere else now, which I'll show you later on, so I'm going to keep a separate pile for that. So there was a googly eye explosion in one of the drawers, so my thoughts anyway in terms of what to put where, if I just got something on my iPad as well, I'm watching TV. So any kind of craft bit, so like googly eyes, pipe cleaners, I'm going to keep all that in a drawer. Basically any craft that's not like this, I've got weaving, I'm hoping I can fit it all in one drawer, so it's kind of like the other crafts drawer almost. So that's the plan. I'm going to scoop all these googly eyes up and pop them in a little plastic bag of some kind, and yeah, I'll let you know how I get on. Okay, so I've emptied this drawer, and I've got different empty boxes here that I'm going to sort of try and utilise to organise the drawer a bit better, just so I can keep things maybe a little bit more separated. What that looks like on the shut. Let's have a bit of a mess. just to update you, this bottom drawer is the glue drawer, so I've not taken anything out of here other than maybe a couple of dried up glues, that kind of thing. But I've used these trays that I had to organise within it. So if I just take this out and show you, I've popped sprays and fabric stabilisers in the back, Mod Podge in the front, tapes down the side, my glue guns at the front, and then this is like miscellaneous glue. So I've like got Oddicoat, like a little glue pen, like a fabric glue, stapler, yeah. So that's that drawer, and then updating you on what I did in this one is I actually took out the punch needle things, because my plan is the wool bin at the top, to try and organise that a bit better, to get anything like the punch needle and like the weaving kit in there as well. So that's what I'm going to do next. Back working on the drawer that's got the templates and dies in that I emptied. I've popped one of the pink containers that I had on the shelves above in there to put all small dies and templates. So anything that's kind of small like this is going to go in here. So at some point I'm going to need to, ones that are kind of like this were sort of ones before the packaging was even designed, so those I'm going to pop. I might put these ones in the box in a second, but we'll just sort of sort of thing. I'm just going to move that out of the way for the time being. I think I just stepped in front of the camera like an absolute. So what I'm going to do, like all these stencils that I don't use very often, I'm going to put these underneath the basket. A lot of them that I've got are quite big, and I'd just rather let them sit flat. Like these are plastic templates, but again, same as well, when I put those stencils in, I'm going to pop that one flat on top, because I'm more likely to grab this than I am those ones. Literally just fits in there. Basically any that fit in here I'm going to put in there. Probably a little bit too big. And I think for the time being as well, because I know what these dies are, I'm just going to take them off the card because they're just taking up far too much room. And these, for example, are just nesting dies. Leaving that one on, to be fair. So that's pretty much that drawer. Books here that I used again for kids classes. I'm just going to put them like that. And then there's something I'm going to have to pop back in here off camera, because it's stuff that's not been released yet, basically. So yeah, I'll check back in with you. Just to kind of show you the current situation on the table. So realistically I need to get that sorted today. And I'm just sorting this side out now. I've been able to move some bits off there, get rid of them, put in the sale bag, bin bag, and I've got space up here and here. So like I said, the kind of overall aim is to get some stuff off of here moved, so that then I can get rid of that and replace it with a different sort of unit. I'm also thinking about popping this, folding this up, and sort of sitting my machine on top, just because I'm not sitting behind it, so it kind of at the moment just feels like it's in the way. So yeah, that's what's happening at the moment.
Right guys, so I'm going to leave it there for today, because the footage is just shy of half an hour. Obviously I'm continuing to film. I'm just going to pop it into another part. There's probably going to be at least another part before, you know, of organising, before I do like a final room tour. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe and come back for part 2. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope it's given you maybe some inspiration to tidy your sewing room, or maybe organise something in a different way, or just kind of look at what you've got. Do you need it? Can it be passed on? If you've got any tips for me as well, I'll always welcome tips for how to organise things better. But yes, I hope you can come back and watch the next video. Bye guys.